Dear friends, last time we started lesson number 3. Now we saw about position, distance or path length, distance, speed and velocity. We also saw about average speed, that is path length upon time interval, and the average velocity is displacement upon time interval. Now by using this we can take example 3.1. Now see the question says like this. Now see the objective is at origin at t is equal to 0. Now there are two parts of the question. See O2P it moves in 18 seconds and P2Q it moves in 6 seconds. Now see the first part of the question says, see we have to find out average speed and average velocity going from O to P. Now see here O2P the path length is 360 meter. Now the displacement, it moves in a straight line only, so the displacement also meter. Now average speed is path length upon time 360. O2P time given is 18 seconds. So that will give us plus 20 meter per second. Now for the average velocity is displacement upon time that is 360 upon. Now what we see here that the average velocity and average speed is same. Now see the second part of the question. See it moves on AOPQ path. Now here O is its initial position and Q is the final position. Now first we find out the path length, that is OP plus P. Okay, now that can be obtained by distance formula. Okay, see these are the number corresponding to O and P respectively. Then PQ is P minus Q, that is 360 minus 240. That is 360 plus 180. Okay, now that will be 480 meters. Okay, now average speed is path length upon time now time will remain the same, 18 plus 6. Why? Because O2P is 18, P2Q is 6 seconds. That will give us total time is 24 seconds. So here will 480 upon plus 20 meter per second. Now see the displacement going from O on path OPQ will be XF minus XI. See what is the number corresponding to Q, that is 240, and number corresponding to O, that is initial position, is 0. Now what we get displacement is 240 meter. Now the time is 24 seconds. So average velocity is displacement upon time, that is 240 upon 20, 24, that is plus 10. What we see here that the average speed and average velocity are different. So this is how we can obtain average speed and average velocity going from O to P. That is the first part of the question. And second part of the question says when moves on OPQ path, there also we can find out the path length, displacement, average speed and average velocity. So this is about the example 3.1. Now next we have to see about the graph. First we'll start with the X versus T graph, where X be position or path length or a displacement. Now so next we see about the graph. Now Now see the first part of the graph. X may be position, that is distance or displacement, and time. Now see the first part of the graph. See, let us say x versus t graph is parallel to time axis. So what we can say here, see the time increases but the position do not change. So here what we see, the x versus t graph is parallel to time axis. So we can write that if x versus t graph is parallel to time axis, particle or object is at rest, or we can say stationary. Okay, so if x versus t graph is parallel to time axis, the object is at rest or stationary. Now see the second graph. Now see here x is in meter and t is in second. Okay. Now here x versus t graph is parallel to time axis. Sorry, x versus t graph is a straight line. Now see what is a, when time is 1 second, position is 10 meter. Time is 2 second, position is 20 meter. Time is 3 second, the position is 30 meter. Time is 4 second, position is 40 meter. Now if we talk the time interval, see there is a time interval between 3 second and 2 second. See the distance covered will be 30 minus 20 is 10 meter. Similarly, if I take the time interval 0 to 4 second, distance covered will be 40 minus 0 is 40 meter. Now here in equal time interval, the body covers equal distance. Okay, so that is we can call as a uniform motion. Okay, so if the x versus t graph is a straight line and if the body covers equal distance in equal time interval, we say it is uniform motion. If x versus t graph straight line and body covers equal distance in equal time interval, object perform. Okay, so if x versus t graph is a straight line and the body covers equal distance in equal time interval, we say it is a uniform motion. Now see the slope of the graph, that we have to remember well. Slope of x versus t graph gives value of speed or velocity. Now see if x is the distance and t is time, then the slope is will give the speed. If x is displacement versus time graph, then the slope will give us the value of velocity. Okay. Now right now we talk of the x, let us say is a distance and t is a time in second. Now suppose we have to find out the speed in 0 to 2 second interval. Okay. Now see the number correspond to 0 is 0 position and the number correspond to time 2 second is position is 20. So the speed or average speed is change in position, that is delta x upon delta t. Okay. Delta x shows the change in position, that is x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus t. Now see here x2 and x1 shows the position at time t1, x2 shows the position as time t2, x1 shows the position as time. Now here see the number corresponding to 2 second is 20 and number correspond to 0 second, that is initial position. Now, same way we can find out speed for the time interval 0 to 4 second. Then here also average speed is delta x upon delta t, that is x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus t1. So that can be written 40 minus 0. Now this suggests that whatever may be the time interval, in uniform motion, see the value of the speed we get is the same. So in that case the speed is a constant speed. Okay, so in that case we can say slope of the x versus t graph gives the value of the speed. Here we have taken x as a distance and t as a time. The slope of x versus t graph gives us the value of the speed. So we can say if the object covers equal distance in equal time interval, that perform uniform motion. So this is second graph. First graph we saw if the graph x versus t graph is a straight line, x versus t graph is parallel to time axis, the object is stationary or at rest. And if the x versus t graph is a straight line and object covers equal distance in equal time interval, we say it is a uniform motion. Now third type of graph, x versus t graph is straight line but object do not cover equal distance in equal time interval, then object perform non-uniform motion. Okay, now see here each part is a straight line, but suppose we call graph A, B, C, D, E. Okay, now see here in equal time interval, or if the time interval and the distance covered also both are different, that say it is a non-uniform motion. Suppose we get this value of speed in AB part, then average speed is 8 minus 0. Now suppose we obtain value of the speed in BC part, in that case so it will be 10 minus 8 upon 6 minus 2. Now in CD part, average speed will be now DE part, here see 16 minus 10 will give 6, 8 minus 6 is 2, that is 3 meter per second. Now next we obtain for DE part, so average speed will be equal to now what we see here, see the average speed in different time interval is different. So here the object do not cover equal distance in equal time interval. That's why it is called non-uniform motion. Now here we have saw we have seen about the uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Now next we have to see about instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. Now see, just now we have seen the average speed v is equal to delta x upon delta t. Okay, so that is a change in position upon change in time. Now see, the word instantaneous shows that the value of the speed or velocity at a particular instant. Now that is again is a mathematical concept. So if we have to find out value of the speed or velocity at a particular time, then it is called instantaneous speed. Now see, mathematically it is represented like this. Now see, this is a symbol for average speed. Now see, the instantaneous speed we obtain is limit delta t tends to 0 delta x upon delta t. See, what is the meaning of this symbol? It says delta t tends to 0, now delta x upon delta t. See, that is a mathematical concept. In that case it is called dx upon dt. Now see, the word dx upon dt shows the rate of change of x with respect to t, or we say it is a time derivative of x. Okay, or it is called differentiation of x with respect to t. Now see here, x is a position or displacement and t is a time. Now see, to study derivative in detail you will have a mathematical chapters, but right now we start with some basic calculus part. Now see, the word dx upon dt represent rate of change of x with respect to t, or if it is dy by dx, rate of change of y. Okay, if it is dy by dt, rate of change of y with respect to. Now see, whenever we have a division, we say it is differentiation. Now we start with some simple derivative that will be useful to us. Now let us say, see, d by dx is a symbol that shows that it is differentiation with respect to x. Suppose it is d by dt, that is, it is differentiation with respect to t. If it is d by dy, it is differentiation with respect to y. See, whatever is the term is in the denominator. See here, dx by dt, say it is differentiation of x with respect to time. See here, it is d by dx, then it shows differentiation with respect to x. d by dt shows differentiation with respect to t. d by dy, that is differentiation with respect to y. Now we take a very simple formula for differentiation. Now that is the most basic. Now suppose it is d by dx, x raised to n power. The rule is nx n minus 1. Okay, that is a basic formula. Instead it is like this, t raised to n power, nt. See, the n will become in multiple and the power will be decreased by 1. Now suppose it is d by dt of t raised to 4. So what we see here, value of t is 4. So the differentiation of 4t n minus 1. Okay, 4 minus 1 will be 3. So what we can say, the differentiation of t raised to 4 is 4t. Similarly, we can write differentiation of t cube also, that will give us a t square. Similarly, derivative of t square will be 2t n minus 1 power will be 1, but that we can add this to it. Okay. Now, if it is differentiation of t only, now what is power of t here is 1. So how we can use this formula here? That is n is 1, t 1 minus 1. Okay. Now we have studied in mathematics anything raised to power 0 is 1. So it is 1 into 1. So what we can say is the differentiation of t or t raised to 1 is 1. Now see the differentiation of constant term is 0. Now suppose it is d by dt of 11. Now here we are taking derivative of the with respect to t, but there is no term related to t here. So in that case the denominator will be, differentiation will be 0. Now what if we have to take differentiation of 5t? Now see here 5 is a multiplier of t. Now just now we have seen derivative of t is 1. So 5 is constant term, derivative of t is 1. Differentiation of 5. Similarly, suppose here also 3 is constant, derivative of t is 1. 3 into 1. Now these are the basics of the derivative that will be helpful to us in taking the differentiation. Now suppose next we have to use this differentiation in our equation. Now we have to see the average speed and average velocity. Now suppose we are given the equation like this: x is 2t square plus 1. Okay, x is a function of, what do this suggest? That suggests that x is a function of time. Let us say we have to calculate average speed in time interval. T is equal to 0 to t is equal to 3 seconds. And second, we have to find out instantaneous velocity, instantaneous speed at time t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, now see here x is the distance and t is time. Distance is in meter. Now see the first part of the question, we have to find out average speed in time interval 0 to 2 seconds. Now see the symbol of average speed, either v bar or both have the same meaning. Now see average speed is total distance upon total time, but here see that will be delta x upon delta t, that is x position at time 3 seconds minus x0 upon time interval is 0 minus 3. Okay, why? Because we have been asked to find out average speed in time interval 0 to 3 seconds. Now first we calculate position of the particle or object at 3 seconds, that is x3 will be, if I substitute here, okay. Now similarly we can find out x0, 2 into 0 square plus 1. Now see the average speed is x3 minus x0. x3 position is 19 minus x0 position is 1, and the time interval is 3 minus 0. So this is how we can see the average speed in time interval 0 to 3 seconds is 6 meters. Now second part of the question, see the instantaneous speed, that is the speed at a particular time. See, we have to take care, or we have to remember, whenever there is an average speed, there will be time interval. Let us say it is given here 0 and 3 seconds. But whenever we have to find out instantaneous speed or instantaneous velocity. The time it will be only one value, that is here given as, let us say, 2 seconds. So next we find out instantaneous speed at t is equal to 2. Now see here, x t is 2t square plus 1. Now see the differentiation, v is equal to dx by dt. Now just now we have seen the rules. See, 2 is a constant term. What is derivative to t square is 2t. Now 1 is a constant term. It do not contain any term with t, so derivative will be 0. So the equation for the instantaneous speed is 4t. Okay. Now what is the time given here? 2 seconds. So at t is equal to 2 seconds, v is equal to 4 into 2 is 8 meter per second. Now this is how we can obtain instantaneous speed. Now what we have seen here, average speed in a given time interval will be change in position, that is x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus c1. And whenever we want instantaneous speed, we have to go for derivative. See here we have taken derivative of x with respect to time. Why? We know dx by dt, distance upon time is the speed. So this is how we can obtain the value of average speed. Now see, next is our example number 3.2 of the textbook. X is given as a plus bt square. A value is 8.5 and b is 2.5. So by this we can write x is 8.5 plus 2.5 t square. Okay. Now see, what is our question? Find out velocity at t is equal to 0 second. Velocity is t is equal to 2 seconds. See here, we have to obtain time is only one value, that is 0 second or 2 second and 2 second. Okay, that is always instantaneous velocity. But whenever it says the time between 2 second to 4 second, or whenever it says time interval, that is always average velocity. Okay. Now first we have to find out velocity at 1 second. Now here we are given x is 8.5 plus 2.5 t square. Now sometimes it is given as x, sometimes it is mentioned as xt. See, the meaning of the both thing is same. So right now here it is given as x. Now see, for instantaneous velocity we have to go for derivative, that is v is equal to dx upon dt. Now see, 8.5 is a constant term. It do not contain term with t, so derivative is 0. 2.5 here is constant. Derivative of t square is 2t, that is 5. So what is the equation of the velocity for the instantaneous velocity? V is equal to 5. Now first, velocity at t is equal to 0 is v is equal to 5t. Now second time, v is time is okay. Now see the answer of the first part. Now second part, we have to obtain average velocity between 2 seconds and 4 seconds. So second part of the question, x is 8.5 plus, so x 2 we have to find out average velocity between okay. So first we will find out position at 2, that is 8.5. Okay, 4 into 2.5 is 10. Okay, now x4 4 square 16 into 2.5. Okay, what will get value? Now, so x2 value we are getting is 18.5. So 18.5 meter. x4 we get 48.5. Now, see the average velocity is x4 minus x2 upon 4 minus 2. 48.5 minus now this is how we obtain the value of the average velocity in time interval 0, 4, 2 seconds. So today we have seen about the average speed, average velocity. We also saw about the average velocity in a given time interval and instantaneous velocity, that will be the velocity at a particular time is instant of time. Now I am giving you some sums for practice. You can solve this and send the answer me on my number which you are having. So that is how we can have some good practice. So I am giving 2 or 3 sums regarding what we have done today. Calculate in time interval. Now see the distance versus time relation is given as xt is 2t square plus 4. Calculate average speed in time interval 1 second to 3 seconds, and the second part of this question, calculate speed, that is nothing but instantaneous speed at t is equal to 2. Now another question, distance versus time relation is given by xt is 3t square plus 2t plus 1. Calculate average speed in time interval t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2 seconds. Calculate okay. Now both are similar question. So first question you have to find out average speed in time interval 1 to 3 seconds, instantaneous speed at 2 seconds. Second question, xt is given as 3t square plus 2t plus 1. See you have to calculate average speed in time interval 0 to 2 seconds. Also you have to calculate instantaneous speed at 4 seconds. See you can WhatsApp me your answer on my number. Okay, so I can give you solution afterwards also. You can ask me for some more question also. I can provide you some worksheet on that you can solve at your own. Thank you.